It's been revealed that BTS might not return as a group in 2025. Jin clarifies the widespread rumors and lies. Will Grammys snub BTS once again? And TikTok is destroying BTS's songs. Watch till the end to find out more. BTS might not return as a group in 2025. During a recent earnings conference, Lee Kyung-jun, the CFO of HYBE, addressed queries about BTS's potential return. He indicated that while the full team might reunite in 2026, detailed discussions are still ongoing with all members involved. The anticipated reunion follows the mandatory military service obligations of the BTS members, which are scheduled to conclude by June 2025, permitting them to recommence their musical endeavors soon after. Despite their ability to restart immediately post-service, the group plans to officially regroup in 2026, allowing time for necessary reorganization and preparation for future projects. Meanwhile, Jin and J-Hope, two members who have already completed their service, are expected to engage in solo projects before the whole group's reassembly. In addition to focusing on BTS's plans, HYBE is also exploring ways to expand its business and boost revenue by nurturing other artists and diversifying its business strategies. Jin clarified the rumors and lies about him that had gone viral. BTS's Jin recently appeared on an episode of Salon Drip 2, hosted by Jang Do-yeon, where he discussed dealing with rumors and misinformation about himself. During the conversation, he explained his approach to handling negativity with humor and self-confidence, noting that he began using the mantra, "It's okay because I'm a superstar," following his military service. In the interview, Jin corrected misconceptions about his past statements and actions, addressing specific rumors that have circulated about him. One such rumor suggested that during his college years, he had arrogantly promised to return to a classroom once he was famous. Jin refuted this, clarifying that his actual introduction was much more humble and straightforward. He also debunked a story about taking photos with tourists prior to his debut, explaining that the photo which went viral was simply taken because the tourists wanted a picture with a Korean, not because they recognized his future star potential. The conversation highlighted how stories can morph dramatically as they are retold, a common issue in the celebrity world, where public figures often contend with distorted versions of their own narratives. Jin and Jang Do-yeon's discussion serves as a reminder of the challenges celebrities face in managing their public image amidst widespread misinformation. Jin also opened up about how he deals with haters. Promoting his new solo album, Happy, Jin discussed his approach to dealing with negative remarks and his self-coined nickname, Worldwide Handsome, which humorously plays on his global appeal. Jin originated the nickname Worldwide Handsome, emphasizing that while many may be more attractive, he remains confident in his own looks. This confidence, he explains, helps him dismiss any negative comments about his appearance as merely humorous. Jin's philosophy extends to his interactions with close friends, such as Chef Baek Jong-won, where mutual teasing is part of their friendship, underscoring a relationship built on trust and respect. Moreover, Jin revealed his strategy for managing negativity and stress, particularly following his military service. He adopts a mindset of seeing himself in a way which allows him to view any adverse situations or comments as inherently part of his life's extraordinary circumstances. This outlook, he noted, has significantly helped him maintain a positive and resilient attitude. Jin's example serves as a lesson in maintaining self-esteem and handling public scrutiny with grace and humor. During the episode, Jin also discussed the creative process behind his new solo album, Happy. Jin shared that the inspiration for his latest songs came largely during his time in mandatory military service, where his thoughts frequently turned to his fans. Jin expressed that his longing to reconnect with his fans was a driving force behind his songwriting. He explained that he began conceptualizing various song ideas while still in the service, compiling a list of themes and emotions he wished to convey. The day after his military discharge, he started transforming these ideas into lyrics, marking his first foray into writing a complete song independently. According to Jin, this process was swift, taking only a couple of days due to his strong motivation and emotional connection to the material. The songs I Will Come to You and the pre-release single I'll Be There focus on Jin's affection and gratitude toward his fans. He noted that about 30% of the lyrics for I Will Come to You were drafted during his military service, encapsulating his anticipation and promise to return to those who support him. Jin described the album as exceptionally meaningful, not just for himself, but also for his fans, highlighting the deep bond he shares with ARMY. BTS's Jin shared insights into his friendships with well-known chefs Baek Jong-won and Lee Yeon-bok during a promotional appearance for his solo album Happy on Jang Do-yeon's talk show, Salon Drip. Despite his global fame, Jin humorously noted that his circle of friends is quite small, but it includes these two culinary experts whom he met through television appearances. Jin's relationship with Chef Baek Jong-won began when they met on the variety show Run BTS in 2021, where the chef gave Jin his business card and invited him to dine at his restaurant anytime. This gesture was particularly meaningful to Jin, who felt less recognized at the time and valued the open invitation from Baek. Their friendship developed from this point, with Jin appreciating Baek's willingness to connect personally despite his celebrity status. The friendship between Jin and Chef Lee Yeon-bok started earlier, in 2017, during an episode of Please Take Care of My Refrigerator, another variety show that features celebrity chefs helping stars to manage their culinary needs. The camaraderie among the trio, however, is not without its playful conflicts. Jin recounted an incident where he called Chef Baek for advice on making dongpo pork, a traditional Chinese dish. Baek, upon hearing of Jin's recent interactions with Chef Lee, half-jokingly suggested that Jin consult Lee instead, citing his expertise in Chinese cuisine. Despite the mock jealousy, Chef Baek provided Jin with the detailed recipe he needed, ending their conversation on a lighthearted note. This anecdote highlights the friendly banter and deep respect underlying Jin's relationships with his chef friends, reflecting a side of the pop star that fans rarely see. Furthermore, Jin discussed his deep connection with his fans. Promoting his new solo album Happy, Jin shared that his latest songs are a tribute to his fans, who are a significant source of inspiration and courage for him. Jin described how ARMYs have supported him, particularly during high-profile events like Milan Fashion Week. He recounted feeling overwhelmed by the unfamiliarity and the presence of many unknown faces at such gatherings. However, spotting ARMYs in the crowd provided him with a sense of comfort and boldness, likening their support to seeing family or friends in a crowd, which helps him overcome his shyness and energizes him to engage more confidently during the event. He expressed his gratitude for this support, emphasizing that it is his responsibility and joy to make his fans happy, acknowledging their role in giving him the strength to act shamelessly and with confidence in public spaces. Jin's sentiments underscore his view of his relationship with ARMYs as deeply personal and reciprocal, far beyond the typical artist-fan dynamic. Jin is set to release his solo album Happy on November 15th, which has already sparked significant interest, including a feature on the Grammys' official website. The album was spotlighted in an article dated November 1st, which lists it among 14 must-hear albums in November. This release is particularly noteworthy as it marks Jin's first solo venture, making him the final member of BTS to debut a solo album. The Grammys piece on Jin's album emphasizes the high levels of anticipation for his solo work, especially since he is the first of the BTS members to finish his military service, but the last to release a solo album. Happy is described as a 6-track journey into Jin's personal reflections on happiness, aiming to provide not only insights into his own experiences, but also to bring comfort and strength to listeners. Prior to this album, Jin collaborated with Coldplay on the track The Astronaut in 2022, and also gained attention with his viral hit Super Tuna in 2021. In preparation for the album's release, Jin has re-released Super Tuna, along with the pre-release of the single I'll Be There, which blends rockabilly sounds with energetic rock star vibes, further increasing the anticipation for his full album. Also, the question arises, will BTS be snubbed by the Grammys again this year? The Grammy Awards, overseen by the Recording Academy, which includes music professionals from a variety of genres, have been evolving to include a more diverse array of artists. Historically, the awards showed a preference for Western artists, and though there has been progress, Asian artists have seen limited recognition. Into this landscape enters BTS, the global K-pop sensation, whose members have been active in submitting their work for Grammy consideration. Their engagement with the Grammys began following the nomination of their hit song, Dynamite, for Best Pop Duo Group Performance in 2021, a category in which they did not win. This trend of nominations without wins has persisted, underscoring the challenges faced by non-Western artists in the music industry. Amidst their mandatory military service in South Korea, 5 of the 7 BTS members have been working on their solo careers and have submitted these projects for Grammy consideration. RM has put forward his album, Golden, in the Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album categories. Jungkook's Standing Next to You is up for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Solo Performance, and Best Music Video. V has entered 3D for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Further submissions include J-Hope's Right Place, Wrong Person for Album of the Year and Best Rap Album, with his track Lost seeking awards for Record of the Year, Best Melodic Rap Performance, and Best Music Video. Jimin's Hope on the Street Vol. 1 Inch is nominated for Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album, with his song Neuron competing for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Additional entries from the group include the album Muse for Album of the Year and Best Pop Vocal Album, and its track Who in the running for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Solo Performance alongside Friends, which is also nominated for the same categories. TikTok is destroying BTS's songs. Jin is stirring conversations in the K-pop community with the release of his new album Happy, set for November 15th. This album marks his first solo project following his discharge from mandatory military service. Anticipation has been building, particularly after the release of a music video for the pre-release track I'll Be There. A detailed preview of the album was recently made available on Spotify, revealing that most of the songs on the album are under 3 minutes long, with only one exception. This detail has sparked a heated debate among fans and netizens about a growing trend in K-pop that favors shorter songs. Many fans expressed their discontent, attributing the trend to the influence of platforms like TikTok, which popularize shorter snippets of music for quick consumption. This shift toward shorter tracks is seen as contributing to the overall reduction in album lengths within the genre. Despite these concerns, the excitement for Jin's album remains high. However, the broader discussion reflects a worry about the sustainability and artistic impact of this trend in K-pop. The issue is not isolated to Jin's release. Similar reactions occurred following the release of TXT's album, which totaled only 14 minutes across 6 songs. This ongoing trend raises questions about the future of music consumption and production in the fast-paced digital age. And lastly, Jungkook makes a few personal confessions. He recently delved into his travel habits and musical journey in a candid interview. Known for his pragmatic approach to packing, he explained that he prefers large backpacks on tours to accommodate any potential souvenirs, despite not filling them fully. His affinity for spaciousness extends to his personal spaces as well, as he enjoys the flexibility of potentially bringing new items home. With his first trip to the US in 2 years on the horizon, Jungkook expressed his anticipation and nervousness, noting that his experiences at concerts have become increasingly precious. The memories from past events, though slightly blurred with time, fuel his excitement for the performances to come, making each upcoming event seem even more special. Jungkook also shared his thoughts on personal growth and changes in his musical tastes. Reflecting on his teenage years, he recalled his days practicing b-boying and singing along to whatever was playing in the dance rooms. Now, as he approaches his late 20s, his musical preferences have matured, focusing on crafting music that resonates from the first note, even if he can't always recall the titles or artists. His current creative process involves deep engagement with music and literature, as he explores lyric writing and immerses himself in books to enrich his artistic expression. He described his last session at his recently acquired desk, where he recorded lyrics and melodies to better understand his vocal delivery and articulation. Throughout the interview, Jungkook's responses highlighted his introspective nature and his continuous evolution as an artist, showing a side of himself that is both reflective and earnestly dedicated to his craft. Continuing the discussion, Jungkook delved deeper into his personal and artistic reflections. The BTS singer shared insights into the poignant lyrics of Still With You, revealing that the song was crafted during the challenging times of the pandemic, when physical distances grew, but emotional connections remained vital. He expressed a desire to reassure fans that despite the physical separation, he yearned to stay in sync with them, symbolizing his commitment to the bond with ARMY, even if their footsteps may be out of step. Jungkook also touched on his creative process, admitting that he struggles with fabricating experiences wholly detached from his reality. Unlike those who possess a vivid imagination that can visualize and create from scratch, he finds himself rooted in personal truth, drawing from real-life experiences to inform his songwriting. This candid admission highlights his authenticity, but also his admiration for those who can weave intricate tales from imagination alone. When asked to personify himself as a time of day, Jungkook chose 2 a.m., describing it as an awkward time that mirrors his current state of contemplation about his life and career. He depicted it as the hour where he wrestles with the decision to rest or continue working, reflecting his relentless drive and introspective nature. Further exploring the demands of his career, Jungkook likened his experiences to continuously alternating between extremes, much like shifting between hot and cold baths, a metaphor previously mentioned by bandmate Suga. He identified more with the harshness of the cold, viewing his persistence and work ethic as a form of self-imposed challenge rather than discipline. He revealed that despite opportunities to ease his pace and relax, his inherent restlessness compels him to keep busy, whether it's exercising, recording music, or engaging in language studies. This portrayal of Jungkook underscores a life of intense self-reflection and constant activity, suggesting a young artist deeply committed to growth and excellence, propelled by an inner energy that thrives on continuous motion and creativity. In an introspective exploration of his psyche and ambitions, BTS's Jungkook likens himself to a hexagon, a shape often celebrated for its perfection. But with a twist, his hexagon is cracked. This self-portrait reveals his complex nature, embodying both high aspirations and inherent contradictions. Jungkook sees himself as driven, yet occasionally hindered by his own reluctance, a reflection of his ongoing struggle between ambition and the comfort of complacency. Describing the color of his metaphorical self-portrait, Jungkook chooses gray, an achromatic shade that embodies potential and undefined possibilities. It represents his view of himself as a work in progress, containing within the capacity to evolve into anything, yet also indicative of his current state of being unfinished and undefined. This perspective resonates deeply with Jungkook's philosophy on personal growth and success. Despite external perceptions that he and BTS have reached the pinnacle of success, Jungkook harbors an insatiable drive to continue climbing, striving for a version of himself that he deems cool, flawless, and fully content. He contemplates a future where he might feel complete and no longer driven by a desire for more, which he associates with reaching his personal apex. As the year turns, Jungkook reflects on personal attributes he wishes to discard and qualities he aims to cultivate. He expresses a desire to shed his perceived laziness and the clutter of unproductive thoughts, replacing them with perseverance, a trait he acknowledges as essential for the persistence needed to achieve his goals. In moments of late-night indecision, typical of the 2 a.m. introspection he previously mentioned, Jungkook often opts against rest, choosing instead to engage in activities that keep him moving forward, whether creatively or in routine daily life. This choice underscores his restless nature and commitment to continuous self-improvement and activity, even in the quietest hours.